Hello everyone. Well, for today's video, I thought I would do a bit of reading. I have this book here. I got it a while back in a gift basket that I won. And if you look back on my channel, you can see me unpacking that gift basket in one of my videos. This is a book called Pop Sonnets, and it takes contemporary lyrics and converts them into Shakespearean type sonnets. So I thought I'd read some of these for you today. Shakespearean Spins on Your Favorite Songs by Eric Didrikson. So we have the Sonnets of Love, Sonnets of Despair, Songs of Time and Mortality, Rogues, Rascals, and Wanton Women, and then Ballads of Heroes. So let's pick out a few to read here. We start out with the Sonnets of Love. And let's start out with the first one, which is Never Gonna Give You Up. The game of love we intimately know, its laws and maxims mastered by our hearts. Thus, I propose to be thine only bow, with passion that no other could impart. These feelings weighed heavy in my breast, should in thy soul be similarly sown. And now they all are earnestly expressed, so that my vows are understood and known. O never shall I vacate from thy side, nor ever shall I disappoint thee hence, nor will the day approach that wounded pride shall rise from some unfaithful dalliance. My actions leave thy face unstained by tears, and ledgers of my lies shall remain clear. Let's see what else we have here. How about My Heart Will Go On? Each night I close my eyes to sleep, assured that in my dreams I'll see once more thy face, and thus I know thy soul hath still endured beyond this world's ephemeral embrace. I know not if thy soul stays at my side, or if it every night from heaven leaves. No matter where it lives, thy love abides within me, and again their life achieves. Thy presence hath my courage wholly steeled, thy spirit's overtaken all my fears. To Father Time our love will never yield, it shall remain unshaken o'er the years. Although thy image fades at the break of dawn, my heart, with thee inside, will e'er go on. Let's see what else we have. Here's Genie in a Bottle. I feel I've been for ages long interred, companionless 100 years or more, and though thy sly advances interest stirred, that does not my returned desire ensure. I shan't engage thy passions straight away, although my body yearns for thine embrace. My heart hath tempered its impulsive ways, and settled me to take a slower pace. I'll grant thy wish if thou dost demonstrate thy valor and make thy impression well. I may thy hungers pruriently well sate, if in reciprocation thou excel. I am a genie in this lamp confined, release me if thy heart is so inclined. let's see. How about Friday, I'm in love? I shall not care if every single week begins with Monday wrapped in dismal blue, with Tuesday trailing after looking bleak, in ashen gray, completely without hue. On Wednesday morns the gloomy break of dawn may hoist the forlorn flag and follow suit. Though Thursday wilt for too long linger on, I'll lie in wait for what's in hot pursuit. How Saturday turns briskly into night, the Sabbath time will far too quickly race through every moment, bringing me delight within thy dear beloved's fond embrace. For as the weekend starts, I thank the Lord above. 'Tis Friday now, and truly I'm in love. Let's see here. How about super bass? These verses I shall fondly dedicate to nobles who from wealthy peerage hail. Their gold buys wine and fripperage ornate. They travel much, but ne'er in steerage sail. I hold my heart for one of such repute. For such a lord I've saved each sweet embrace. So if thou seek'st his love, our fierce dispute shall be resolved with blows across thy face. Behold, I shall this gentleman seduce. I'll compliment his vestments and his air, before I have myself well introduced. A woman of esteem beyond compare. The booming sound of drumming he shall hear, will be my heart's deep cadence when he's near. How about Brown-Eyed Girl? Such memories wait where once our love did grow, soaked all with rain. How quickly we descended to the forested ravine below, to dance and play in the mists of dawn's sweet friend. Yet Father Time must always onward march. He leaves behind each joyful afternoon beneath the sun, behind the rainbow's arch, near creeks where weed our joyful laughter strewn. Yet while each day doth further from us drift, each glimpse of thee doth bring me fresh delight. I see the years endowed thee well with gifts, that do new passion in my breast ignite. I long to bed thee in the verdant grass, and call thee evermore my brown-eyed lass. How about I'm gonna be 500 miles? Each morning ere I rouse myself from sleep, I'm blessed to know I'm with thee when thou wakest, and I shall be the company thou keep beside thee on each journey that thou takest. At night, when to the public house I've gone, it is to quaff down mugs of ale with thee, and when incessantly I prattle on, thou find'st the patient to attentive be. For thee I would endure a journey great, on foot I would embark 500 miles, and verily I'd not then slow my gait, I'd walk it o'er again to see thee smile. And once I'd walked these full 300 leagues, I'd be thy love collapsed from fatigue. The next section is Sonnets of Despair. Here is Oops, I Did It Again. I have reflected on my sad mistake that's wounded thee and caused tremendous grief. My deeds have led thy eager heart to break by lulling thee into a false belief. Flirtation's charms have often love pretend, and yet provided thee with no guarantee. I thought thou wouldst account, my dearest friend, for how mercurial my moods may be. Alas, instead I once again have erred by playing with thy passions just for sport. Alack, allay, thou thinkest that I cared so deeply that I was for thee to court. Thou thinkest I'm thy angel, void of sin, but I hold no such innocence within. we are never ever getting back together. My memory gazes back on young romance, and on its twilight throes, when thou first left. Thou claim'st we needed absence to advance, but for togetherness we'd be bereft. Thou soonst returned, thy face forlorn and drawn, and from thy lips hunger promises to change. Then, by the morrow, all those oaths were gone, and once again we found ourselves estranged. The cycle never breaks, our sordid tales ends always with ellipses, never full stops. When yesternight our courtship freshly failed, thou sought'st the cue to take it from the top. But now that we are once again apart, I swear thou'lt ne'er again reclaim my heart. Let's see. Here's blue. Oh, hear this tale of misery and pain. A melancholic man with broken pride is cursed with an affliction thus explained. He lacks a friend in whom he can confide. A monochromaticism of the mind doth plague his spirit, changing what he sees, no matter where he looks. He cannot find the pleasant verdant color of the trees, nor any crimson in his lover's lips. His house, his steed, his clothes, his mind as well, they all have had their color cruelly stripped, and left a dark and dismal cobalt shell. And now all that's left's a solitary hue, and all he sees, and e'er shall be, is blue. Sometimes these sonnets actually explain more about the song than the actual lyrics. Here we have respect. For what thou requirest, I harbor deep inside. I too possess the things for which thou yearnst. So if thou want'st these hungers slaked, my pride should not be injured fast when thou returnst. I shall not cuckold thee nor break thy trust. My wish is not to leave my lover spurned. But if I will not satiate my lust, I should be shown the deep regard I've earned. 'Tis true, thy kisses are like honey sweet, but so's the gold that doth my coffers fill. I have no need to once again entreat thee to be shown a shred of thy goodwill. And so, good sir, do not my heart neglect. When thou comest home, pray show me some respect. Here's Breakfast at Tiffany's. She spoke of love as though it were a tree, how passion's strength are in its common roots. And since we hold no commonality, the sapling withers, bearing us no fruit. Our lives, she said, have kept our souls apart. Our differences have courtship's bliss deterred. Yet I believed I still could win her heart if I discovered where our minds concurred. So I inquired of that comedy we'd seen upon the stage one autumn night, its winsome lead and witty repartee. It surely must have brought her soul delight. Our mutual enjoyment she'd concede, thus planting courtship's delicate new seed. How about single ladies, put a ring on it. I found my way into the market square to drink in deep the festival's delights. I suffered the misfortune of you there, just as I'd borne through all our troubled nights. So recently we broke the bonds of love, I doubted you had sooner still forgot. Yet still your jealous anger rose above, for when another's passions had grown hot. Yes, I am in his gaze and he in mine, but your eyes somewhere else should swiftly start. For 3 long years I allow myself to pine, for matrimony's gift to grace my heart. If truly you did wish to win my hand, you should have graced it with a wedding band. Here we have Songs of Time and Mortality. Let's see. Don't Stop Believin'. A lonely maiden from a hamlet small, a boy within a woeful city reared. They both at midnight left their ports of call, toward any destination volunteered. A public house is where their journeys end, where patrons' pipes burn long and minstrels play. The darkened hours have made them more than friends. The other's smile invited each to stay. Look ye on those who wander through the streets beneath the lamplight, searching for a soul. They comb the darkened nights and hope to meet the sweet companion that shall make them whole. And sure thy heart won't let thy spirit leave. 'Tis most important that thou dost e'er believe. Here is ironic. An ancient man of preternatural health upon his birthday won a princely prize. But ere he could enjoy his sudden wealth, the touch of death forever closed his eyes. A timid man embarked a sailing ship, although his fear of water was renowned. He spoke of how he reveled in the trip, as the vessel sank beneath him and he drowned. The hand of fate is mischievous and sly. It plays its sordid games with all of our lives, decanting wine to come across a fly. 1,000 spoons when one requires knives. To learn thy fortune, read not leaves of tea, for all our fortunes steeped in irony. Here's the impression that I get. Oh, hast thou felt the tragic touch of fate? Or art thou kin to those who've borne its curse? Pray, hast thou e'er collapsed beneath its weight of dreadful circumstance growing worse? While I believe I have no coward's heart, I've ne'er endured a trial of my pluck. I fear what such adversity'd impart, and thus I'm grateful for my sterling luck. I've ne'er been tempted to my knuckles rap on timber to my fortune's good preserve, and though I know who've fallen to that trap have suffered more than e'er they did deserve. I'm glad I'm not by knocking magics stained, for that's the frank impression I've obtained. Here's Royals. My eyes have ne'er a precious stone appraised. I've only seen what pictures do depict. I hold no pride for places I was raised, for they exist depressed and derelict. Yet I've met souls in whom a hunger stirred for riches and adventure past compare. The troubadours they hear with notes and words inspire them to take decadent airs, with wines expensive, carriages ornate. This sort of life is well beyond my reach, but I do not lament its latent fate, for I'll not heed the lessons minstrels preach. Instead, I'll reign as queen of my own hive, where dreams of earnest happiness shall thrive. Here's I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For. Oh, I have climbed the tallest mountain's peak and sprinted across the meadow's open birth. I have surmounted high stone walls to seek a love divine whilst I still walk the earth. With pilgrim's lips I've kissed a maiden sweet, and felt my soul restored as we embraced. With seraphim I've dialogues complete, with demons I've our fingers interlaced. Yes, I accept our Savior shall return to render judgment and absolve the pure. Yet in my unchained heart such fires burn, I ceaseless trek towards what I'm hunting for. I've listened to the sermons preached in church, still I've not found the faith for which I search. How about rogues, rascals, and wanton women? How about Baby Got Back? That's always a fun one. My honor won't be tarnished with a lie, nor will my brother's. Here's our common truth. The female form doth often catch our eye. Below the waist, if I may be uncouth, my gaze transfixed upon her petticoat. I think of how I'd woo this woman grand. I to her every wish myself devote, in hopes I might win more than just her hand. The maidens sporting much beneath her skirts have in my breast a lusty feeling stirred. Thus I defy the Cretans who assert a flatter Fanny is the one preferred. So let us all our preference declare. 3 cheers for the well-rounded derriere. Here's tub thumping. O loyal friend, thou seest I have dropped. Thy heart is pure, but do not fear my pain, for though I may be felled, I'll ne'er be stopped. Anon I'll rise upon my feet again. I'll start with whiskey, barman, then pray bring me drams of cider and thy strongest ale. And whilst I quaffed, I'll lift my voice and sing the whole of Danny Boy's distressing tale. Although the tune is sad, it doth recall more pleasant times and days that long since passed. And when the next song echoes through the hall, it shall our minds to days still better cast. Alas, I find that I have been freshly downed, but life shall never keep me on the ground. Here is Get Lucky. The legendary bird of Grecian lore shies not away from burning tongues of fire. It knows beginnings are from endings born, and thus descends into the funeral pyre. No life or object known upon the earth to any other natural law adheres. The close of day becomes the evening's birth, when skies reveal the music of the spheres. To these celestial bodies raise a toast, for they've maintained a wondrous consistency. Just like we've drifted on life's trying coasts, too long to any different sailors be. While ladies dance the night away for sport, so we shall too their favor sweet to court. How about You Can't Touch This? The music I create is quite sublime. It makes me thank our Lord in reverent prayer for blessing me with gifts of wit and rhyme, as well as shuffling skills beyond compare. These talents I'll combine to make thee dance. My rhythms shall persuade thee toward the floor, and there perhaps thou'lt spark a new romance. And if my song should leave thee wanting more, then ring the schoolhouse bells to class convene, then stop. For now 'tis hammer's time to teach. The strains that I have wrought have proved obscene, the thought that thou couldst my lofty levels reach. Though I have my craft imparted much, my artistry's beyond what thou canst touch. The Safety Dance. Come joy the sprightly dancing if thou wilt. Let not the whims of others steer thy course. Thy friends may be abandoned without guilt, if they'll not yield to dance's joyous force. Or we can seek some distant foreign shore, where others cannot judge our whimsied ways. The distance shall permit them to ignore our wild cavorting, alien and crazed. We can in splendid finery be dressed, we are allowed to act the motley fool. Our merriment hath been with freedom blessed, it is unfettered by convention's rule. Against conformity we will not chafe, for here thy chosen dance shall e'er be safe. We'll finish up with this one. Friday. The bell tolls 7 times, and I arise. My fast is broken with a bowl of gruel. I freshen up, wash sleep out of my eyes, and start my daily journey toward the school. My friends approach within a carriage small, and bid I'd make their traveling group complete. I nod assent, but first must briefly stall while I decide wherein to take my seat. O Friday, weekend's herald, happy date, thy blessed presence merriment portends. O harbinger of Sabbath, come elate our hearts with revelry and time with friends. Thy life began with Thursday's late demise, and when thou goest, sweet Saturday shall rise. Well, I hope you've enjoyed these pop sonnets. I had a lot of fun reading them. And please subscribe to my channel. I have a lot more videos to make for you guys. And there's a lot more that I've also made in the past. So give this a thumbs up if you like it. And I will see you in my next video. Thanks. Bye.